It's the penultimate edition of NXT TV, ladies and gentlemen, as we inch ever so closer to the end of Season 2. We welcome you one more time here. We are live in Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, they are hot, they are jacked, they are ready to go here in NXT. But your main event here this week on NXT TV, it is the one and only King of Flight, your NXT North American Champion Ricochet will be facing off against a returning show-off, Dolph Ziggler. It is your main event. It happens live here tonight in Houston, Texas. Can Dolph Ziggler knock off the North American Champion? It is just about time we get our first bit of action underway, ladies and gentlemen. We have Bianca Belair going to kick us off this week on NXT TV. She is already in the ring. Not exactly getting the warmest of receptions here in Houston, Texas. And she is going to have her work cut out for her as she is facing really the undefeated NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler. She is no stranger to the winning circle. And of course she has the Horsewoman right behind her.
Opponent, accompanied by Maria Shaw Fink, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler won that championship belt back at TakeOver Brooklyn when she knocked off the Irish Lass kicker Becky Lynch in our first ever ladders match here in NXT, and she has been a reigning and defending champion ever since. Although, be it with that, I guess you could say a little asterisk next to that win back at TakeOver Brooklyn, as she did have the help of those three women behind her. Marina Shafir right there on the back, Jessamine Duke on the left, and Rowdy Ronda Rousey on the right. Ever since all three women have been contracted here to NXT, we haven't exactly seen that much of them though, as Rowdy Ronda Rousey was tending to some family business. Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke both gearing up for fights over in the UFC world, the Ultimate Fighter world. Now back here in NXT. And just as it was right before they left, not exactly the warmest of reception. So, in our opening contest, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say neither one of these ladies are exactly fan favorites. But I don't think either of them exactly too broken up about it. The Horsewoman back here in full force on the black and yellow brand. Marina Shafir looks ready. Jessamine Duke looks ready. Rowdy Ronda Rousey looks ready. But more importantly, the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler, looks ready. Baszler will be defending that NXT Women's Championship here in just about under a week's time at TakeOver New York. She will be once again facing off against the Irish Lass kicker Becky Lynch as the referee signals for the bell, and here we go. Both young ladies circling along each other, tie up in the center of the ring. It is Bianca Belair with the go behind. Takes down Shayna Baszler, does Miss Belair. Miss Belair, should she knock off the NXT Women's Champion, that would throw her name into the conversation for an NXT Women's Championship match at some point in time in the near future in Season 3 of NXT, as we will be getting that underway here soon in just a little bit. And Shayna Baszler blows a kiss to Bianca Belair, and they tie up once again. Belair now with the go behind. She's got waist control, takes her down once again. Does Bianca Belair, as she just now wrenches on the back of the NXT Women's Champion. And now Shayna Baszler back up to a vertical base, just shoves away Bianca Belair and just taunts away right in her face. Does Shayna Baszler. Belair looked like she wanted to go for a go. Oh, here come the strikes of Shayna Baszler. The mixed martial artist taking control in this matchup. Shayna Baszler going to taunt away to the audience. She's not taking Bianca Belair just a bit too lightly, as now she's on the ropes, and that could be a mistake. And just as I say that, curse the commentating, Bianca Belair gonna catch Shayna Baszler right there on the second rope. And now she's going to go up all the way to the top rope. Superplex takes down the NXT Women's Champion. Superplex right there from Bianca Belair. That could have cost Shayna Baszler this matchup as she gets the shoulder up at 2. Shayna Baszler wasting time, taunting away to the fans, not taking Bianca Belair seriously, and she made her pay for it. As now Belair off the ropes, and a big splash right there to the Women's Champion. Hooks the leg, does Bianca Belair, and a near fall right there for Bianca Belair. And Shayna Baszler almost made a mistake. Scoop and a slam right there from Bianca Belair. And now Belair wants the champ back up to her feet. She brings it back up to her vertical base. She's got a hook for a suplex, standing suplex, stalling suplex. No, Shayna Baszler shifted her weight. And now back suplex right there from Shayna Baszler. Takes down Bianca Belair. And now Shayna Baszler going to work on the arm. We have seen this, the all too familiar sight from Shayna Baszler. Works over the arm of her opponents in the matchup. And now here we go, the gut-wrench suplex from Shayna Baszler. She loves to do this in threes. Can she connect with the third one? Yes, she does. Triple gut-wrench suplexes right there from Shayna Baszler. Stomp right there to the lower back from the Women's Champion. And now Baszler, what's she going to look to do? Oh, she's got the arm trapped, and she's just going to stomp away on the fingers of Bianca Belair. And you gotta believe, I've said it before, I'll say it again, leading up to TakeOver New York, momentum is ever so important, so you gotta know Becky Lynch is watching this match in the backstage area on a monitor somewhere. As now Shayna Baszler, she's got a hook, and now gonna take her over for the gut-wrench suplexes once again. That was one right there. She's got her hook. She delivers a second one. Can she deliver the third? And yes, she does. Triple gut-wrench suplexes right there from the Women's Champion once again in this matchup. And now Shayna Baszler just laughing away at the futile attempts, one might say, from Bianca Belair. And a multi-style kick right there. Forearm strike. But Bianca Belair caught her with an elbow. Belair looking to come back in this matchup. Belly to back suplex. Drop Shayna Baszler in the center of the ring. As now Belair off the ropes. Oh, was looking for another splash once again. Though Shayna Baszler got the knees up and a clothesline in the corner. Takes down Bianca Belair. Shayna Baszler really has been in control of this matchup since that get-go. Belair has had a flurry of offense, though to no avail, as Shayna Baszler has been in control for, I dare say, 80% of this matchup. And now look at this, the float over from Shayna Baszler, taking it right to Bianca Belair. And I have to say, I think that even though she wasn't taking Bianca Belair too serious in the beginning, she is definitely taking her serious now. She just stomps away at the fingers of Miss Belair once again. And now Baszler gonna show off her power once again. Here come the triple gut-wrench suplexes from the champ. Once again, there's the second one. This our opening contest this week on NXT TV, ladies and gentlemen. The Women's Champion Shayna Baszler facing off against Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair not looking too well in an opening contest, as I said it before. If she can somehow knock off the NXT Women's Champion, then she would definitely throw her name into the conversation for a Women's Championship matchup some point in time in the near future. That is usually how it works here in NXT, but no. Bianca Belair with the go-behind, kick to the midsection right there from Miss Belair. Shot to the face right there. Irish Whip gonna send the champ off into the ropes. And now she's got her hook. Hip toss right there from Belair. And now Belair gonna bring it back up. Oh, she's got her double chicken wing. Just drops her down right there. Almost a glam slam, one might say. And now Bianca Belair, she's got a hook. And she's got a Boston Crab locked in. Boston Crab locked into the champion. Will this be enough to make Shayna Baszler tap out? I highly doubt so. But oh, Shayna Baszler, the submission magician, knows how to get out of damn near every submission hold. No, oh my goodness. Running knee strike right there, rocked the world of Bianca Belair. Kick to the midsection right there from Shayna Baszler. She's got a hook, and Karafuda clutch is locked in. Shayna Baszler saying, if you want to trade with submissions, I got a lot of submissions. And she's got the Karafuda clutch locked in. Can Bianca Belair fight out of this? No, she cannot. Bianca Belair has to tap out. Belair held on for just about as long as she could. But in the end, Bianca Belair, just like everybody else who has ever faced Shayna Baszler, she fought for as long as she could. But to no avail, Bianca Belair had to tap out to the Karafuda clutch. And Bianca Belair looks broken up. She looks almost disappointed with herself and about as fast as she tapped out. But ladies and gentlemen, come take over New York. You gotta know the fighting spirit of Becky Lynch is not gonna allow her to tap out to the Karafuda clutch. But it's just like Shayna Baszler told Lynch last week. You are just like every other person walking the face of this planet. You need air to breathe. And if you don't have air to breathe, then it's either tap, nap, or snap. Ladies and gentlemen, that is for the Women's Championship at TakeOver New York. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's just about time we get some action going from our tag team division, as Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are back here on NXT TV. And they are looking to bring the party with them wherever they go. Can they become the #1 contenders for the tag team titles?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits.
Now, it has been a little bit since we have seen the Street Profits. The last time we did see them, it was back at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view when they were in a match for the World Tag Team titles against current reigning Tag Team Champions Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins of The Shield, although they came up in that match just a little bit short. A few people I would have to say have said they'd put on a decent match, but the Street Profits really haven't been living up to their fullest potential, and that I'd have to say I would have to back that up. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, well, they are the life of the party. Few might say that they've been taking this just a little bit too lightly, especially when it comes time for them to face the Tag Team Championships with the championships on the line. They've come up just a little bit short, but we're going to see if they can rebound from that loss back at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Can they become the #1 contenders once again for the World Tag Team Championships? But they're going to have their work cut out for them, as these tough, brewed Southern boys are going to have just a little bit something to say about that.
And their opponent, at a combined weight of 446 pounds, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, the Revival.
The Revival, really a throwback to the classic days of tag team wrestling, the days of your Four Horsemen, to the days of the Von Erichs, to the days of yesteryear, one might say. They are throwback, they are a classic style. Their moniker, no flips, just fists. And can they get their first opportunity, their first chance to become the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. It is just about time for our second contest this evening here in Houston, Texas. Let me know who you have picked to win this matchup, as it looks like it is going to be Angelo Dawkins and Dash Wilder are going to start us off in this matchup. And now Angelo Dawkins charges right at Dash Wilder, but Dash Wilder was ready for him. And now Dash Wilder looks like he's going to look to get a strategy underway early in this contest, as he looks he's going to work over the legs of the bigger opponent in Angelo Dawkins. As I mentioned before, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second opportunity that the Street Profits have had to become the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships, but they're going to have their work cut out for them as the Revival. They want to bring the greatness back, they say, in tag team wrestling. And hold on, That guillotine leg drop off the top rope. Almost gonna the Revival the win in this contest just as early as it begun. Oh, the dragon screw leg whip right there from Scott Dawson, and he just pulled back on the leg of Angelo Dawkins. The Revival say they want to make tag team wrestling great again. They say they want to put it back on the map, and what better way to put it back on the map than as the World Tag Team Championships? Because I was speaking to Dash and Dawson earlier on tonight, right before the show got underway, and they say that they feel there's really been a drought in tag team wrestling as of late, and they want to make tag team wrestling the talk of the town, and that they can't see why tag team wrestling really can't be the main event. And you know, I'd have to absolutely 100% agree with them as Scott Dawson continues to work over the legs of Angelo Dawkins. Scott Dawson, really the brains of the operation, though you can argue that Dash Wilder just as much in that category as Scott Dawson is now. Angelo Dawkins sent him off the ropes and caught him coming down with an arm drag. Now Angelo Dawkins gonna send him off into the ropes once again, and oh my goodness, what a European uppercut. Beautifully executed European uppercut right there, and in comes Montez Ford. Strike right there from Ford takes down Scott Dawson. As now Montez Ford wants Scott Dawson back up to his feet. Shot right there from Ford. Follows it up with a chop. Second one right there from Ford. He goes off the ropes, takes him down with the Bulldog. Does Montez Ford. Montez Ford coming in this match like a house of fire. Irish whip sends him into the corner. Tag, in comes Angelo Dawkins. And now, oh, look at this. Look at Montez Ford. He baited Scott Dawson in. Beautiful execution on the tag team maneuver right there from Ford and Dawkins, as Dawkins now goes into the pinfall attempt. But it is Dash Wilder who broke it up right before the referee could even get down for a count. And now Dash Wilder takes down Montez Ford with a suplex in the ring. Back to the legal competitors in this matchup. Shot right there from Scott Dawson. And now Dawson going to send Angelo Dawkins off into the ropes. Collision right there in the center of the ring. Kick to the midsection right there from Scott Dawson. As now he's going to send Angelo Dawkins off into the ropes and caught him. The Revival now back in control of this matchup. And now smart strategy from the Revival. Pick a limb and pick it apart. Try saying that 5 times fast. And Scott Dawson really working over the leg of Angelo Dawkins. As I mentioned, that is very smart strategy. You take out the legs of the bigger opponent he cannot stand. You keep him isolated in your corner, and that is why the Revival is really a throwback to the classic days of tag team wrestling. It looked like Angelo Dawkins was going to go for a belly-to-belly suplex, though Scott Dawson boxed the ears. And now look at this. Scott Dawson just wrenching on the leg as the leg is caught in the ropes of Angelo Dawkins. And this is what the Revival does. They pick apart a body part. They keep you isolated in their corner, thus not allowing you to hit the tag. And before you know it, they hit the shatter machine. And 1, 2, 3, it's over, said and done. As Scott Dawson just bounces the face of Angelo Dawkins off the top turnbuckle, though Angelo Dawkins now back in the fight. Gonna send Scott Dawson into his corner. Big splash in the corner right there from Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins now wants him back up to his feet. Dawkins off the ropes. Big clothesline takes down Scott Dawson. And now Angelo Dawkins gonna bring him back up to his feet. Irish whip gonna send him off once again. And now he's out on the apron, and a big spear takes him off the apron. Angelo Dawkins gonna look to take a right to. Gonna follow up on Scott Dawkins on the outside. They are looking to build momentum here tonight on NXT, ladies and gentlemen. I have been saying it really since TakeOver Phoenix. You need all the momentum that you can possibly get. We are moving towards our final pay-per-view of the second season. NXT TakeOver New York coming up here just under 2 weeks. As now the tag team continuity of the Street Profits. Beautiful execution from Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. You gotta believe. Hold on for a second right there. Montez Ford gonna go into the pinfall, and it is Dash Wilder breaking up the pinfall attempt. As Montez Ford just stares a hole right through Dash Wilder. You gotta know, just as I mentioned before in the previous matchup, Becky Lynch, the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. And oh, That's that tag team continuity that I have said before about the Revival. Irish whip from Scott Dawson sent him right towards his tag team partner, and Dash Wilder pulled down the ropes on a big punch right there from the Revival, and they have got Montez Ford in no man's land on the outside. Back to what I was saying though, as I mentioned before in our previous encounter, you gotta believe that Becky Lynch, the #1 contender for the Women's Championship, was watching that matchup with Shayna Baszler. And on that spectrum, you gotta believe that the World Tag Team Champions, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, are watching this matchup, trying to figure out who their #1 contenders will be, who they will be facing for the World Tag Team Championships in just under 2 weeks. Hold on, pitfall attempt right there with a speed off the leg drop. Oh, near fall right there for the Revival. They are watching this matchup to find out who will be the #1 contender for the World Tag Team Championship, who they will be facing in Madison Square Garden in just under 2 weeks' time at TakeOver New York. As now Dash Wilder, he's got the leg trapped, and now they're going to work over the leg of Montez Ford just as they did before with Angelo Dawkins. Tag team continuity, tag team prowess, tag team brilliance on the part of the Revival. Pick a limb and pick it apart. Dash Wilder in control of this matchup. The Revival in control of this matchup. Was looking for a kick right there. Was Dash Wilder, who got caught with an STO right there from Montez Ford. Hooks the leg, and Dash Wilder kicks out at one. Shot right there from Montez Ford. Follows it up with a chop. Irish whip gonna send him off into the corner. Oh, was looking for a splash. He was looking for a splash. Dash Wilder got out of the way at the last possible second. Big backbreaker right there from Dash Wilder into the pinfall. Hooks the leg. Could this be enough to put the Street Profits away? No, Montez Ford kicks out. Ford kicked out at the last possible second. Now Dash Wilder gonna bring him back up to a vertical base. Gonna look to wear down Montez Ford. But Montez Ford almost immediately back up to his feet. He is not going to have any of that. A couple of shots to the midsection. And a chop. A flurry of chops from Montez Ford. Fireman's carry takedown right there from Dash Wilder. Kick to the midsection. Now Dash Wilder going to send him off into his corner. Oh, and a shot right there from Scott Dawson. Though Montez Ford almost immediately able to rebound. Irish whip going to send him into the Street Profits corner. Tag. In comes Angelo Dawkins. And now going to toss him away. And now... Look at Montez Ford. He did the same thing with Scott Dawson earlier on, and Dash Wilder is no different. You gotta believe that's gonna get under the skin of the Revival. Quick jab right there from Angelo Dawkins. Now he's got him up in a fireman's carry though. Oh, Dash Wilder slid down the back, reverse DDT. Reverse DDT right there from Dash Wilder. Now gonna bring him back up. Irish whip gonna send him into the Revival's corner. Tag. In comes Scott Dawson. Now going to take down Angelo Dawkins. Does Dash Wilder. And now, oh, stop right there. Back to working over the leg is the Revival. Revival. As I said before, tag team brilliance. Pick a limb and pick it apart. That should be their slogan. Big back body chop right there from Angelo Dawkins. And now Dawkins. Oh, big punch right there. That could be the knockout shot. That could be the knockout shot. No. Scott Dawson dug down deep to get the shoulder up. Now Angelo Dawkins going to bring him back up. Going to send him right back into the Street Profits corner. Oh, was looking for a tag team maneuver. You got to believe. Scott Dawson saw it coming though. Irish whip going to send him right back to the Street Profits corner. Scott Dawson not going to allow Angelo Dawkins to execute whatever he was looking for. Irish whip right there from Scott Dawson. Send him right back into the Revival's corner. Now going to pick him up. Superplex maybe. Oh, what's he looking for here? He's got him hooked. We saw this a couple of weeks ago with Johnny Gargano and Cesaro. Superplex to the outside. You gotta believe that's it. Scott Dawson immediately going to send Angelo Dawkins back into the ring. Tag. In comes Dash Wilder. And now Water gonna look to pick up the pieces. Shot right there from Scott Dawson. Caught him coming in. Big clothesline in the corner. This could be what pushed the Street Profits away. Dash Waller now gonna send Angelo Dawkins right back into the corner of the Revival. Tag. In comes Scott Dawson. Shadow Machine. The Revival hit the Shadow Machine. Will this be it? Shot right there from Scott Dawson. Takes Montez Ford off the apron. Scott Dawson immediately into the pinfall attempt. And the Revival are going to take over New York to fight for the World Tag Team Championships. What a hell of a contest this was, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, it was the tag team continuity of the Revival that got them the dupe. Here this week on NXT TV, they did everything they possibly could. They kept Angelo Dawkins isolated. They kept Montez Ford isolated. And when it came time, they hit a big time maneuver and they hit the Shadow Machine, and that was enough to put away the Street Profits.
Here are your winners, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, the Revival.
Well, the Revival are going on to face the Shield at TakeOver New York for the World Tag Team Championships. But ladies and gentlemen, it is almost that time. Your main event for next week's show, the television finale of NXT Season 2. It is Champions versus Challengers. NXT Champion Dean Ambrose, North American Champion Ricochet, the Challengers, Kevin Owens, Aleister Black. It goes down next week. And now it is time for your main event here on this week's episode of NXT, ladies and gentlemen. The penultimate edition to the final episode of NXT.
Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler making his return here in NXT. Not exactly getting a warm reception. I dare say it's about 50-50. Well, 75-50, the 75% being blues for Dolph Ziggler. He doesn't look exactly too fazed by it either. It has been a while since we have seen Dolph Ziggler. It's been at least a couple of months, but the show-off making his return, and you see right there on the back of his tights. He said it is his time. It's his time to shine here in NXT. And he says that he wants everyone to remember just exactly who he is. What better way to make people remember who you are? What better way to make people remember than the man that knocked off the North American Champion, the one and only King of Flight, the reigning NXT North American Champion. He is the man known as Ricochet.
And his opponent from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, Ricochet.
What a feather in the cap it would be for Dolph Ziggler for him to make his return on the penultimate edition of NXT and defeat the NXT North American Champion. But the North American Champion is no ordinary man. He is something extraordinary. There's something special about this kid. He is one hell of a professional wrestler, one hell of a superior athlete. He is the North American Champion. A raucous reception in Houston, Texas for Ricochet. He will be defending that North American Championship belt that you see strapped around his waist at TakeOver New York. Kevin Owens will be getting his rematch against Ricochet, and it will be for the North American Championship. Mr. Wrestling Kevin Owens, the one and only King of Flight Ricochet, are going to do battle at TakeOver New York. But before we can get there, Ricochet has got to knock off the show-off Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler really looks unfazed by Ricochet. He doesn't look none too impressed with the North American Champion. Now both men finally going to tie up in the collar and elbow, and it is Dolph Ziggler going to get the better of this situation as he's got the side headlock on the North American Champ. Dolph Ziggler living up to that moniker, the show-off here in Houston, Texas, as he's doesn't look exactly too phased with Ricochet. None too impressed, as I mentioned before. And Dolph Ziggler takes him down with a waistlock, and now Ricochet with the go-behind, and Dolph Ziggler with the go-behind. Curse of the commentator. And Dolph Ziggler takes down Ricochet almost immediately. And a shot right there from Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler. And they tie up once again. Dolph Ziggler. It didn't look like he's taking Ricochet too serious here in this contest. This is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Cheap shot right there from Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler playing to the crowd just a little bit too much. Ricochet made him pay for it. Now Ricochet almost waiting for Dolph Ziggler to get back up to his feet. And now, look at this. Ricochet saying that he can play the mind games too. He can, Dolph Ziggler didn't like that kick to the midsection from Ziggler. And now look at this. Well, we saw this in Kevin Owens' match last week. Ricochet was watching on from the monitor. Now KO gonna do the same here in the matchup this week is now. Ricochet rolls through with the drop kick. Beautiful execution right there from Ricochet. And now Ricochet gonna take it right to Dolph Ziggler. Gonna try to pick up the pace of this matchup. Standing shooting star press. Standing shooting star right there from the North American Champ. And it only gets a 1 count on Ziggler. Now Ziggler, and now Ricochet gonna turn away right at Dolph Ziggler. Just as we saw from Ziggler just a moment ago. And Ziggler gonna head out to the outside. I don't think Ziggler liked that none too kind of Ricochet. Continue on with the mind games. Continue on with the turning away. And Dolph Ziggler, he does not like that none too bit. None too bit? That's not even a logical sentence. Dolph Ziggler now back into the ring. Delivers a cheap shot right there. Then Ziggler, but Ricochet caught the second one. Quick jab right there from Ricochet. Kick to the midsection. Irish whip gonna send him off into the corner. I don't even know what the hell to call that. Springboard European uppercut right there from the champ. Now Ricochet into the pinfall attempt. Will this be in? He almost had him. That European uppercut almost looked like it knocked off Ziggler silly. And there's another European uppercut for you. Quick jab from Ricochet. Irish whip gonna send him off. Ricochet was looking for that maneuver once again in a clothesline in the corner from Dolph Ziggler. And now Ziggler just gonna choke the North American Champion. That is an illegal choke. We do not allow that here in NXT. Elbow drop to the lower back of Ricochet. Stomp to the lower back now. And now Dolph Ziggler, big elbow drop right there. Right to the heart of Ricochet. Dolph Ziggler now in control of this matchup. Shot right there from Dolph Ziggler. And now he's got him hooked. What Ziggler's gonna look for here. He's got him and just slings him into the ropes. Ricochet caught that second rope throat first. Hold on. Ziggler into the pinfall, cover one. Only gets a 1 count. Does Dolph Ziggler. Kick right there to the back. To the lower back, or the middle of the back rather, excuse me. Now Dolph Ziggler taunting away at the North American Champion. It appears he has not learned his lesson. He's still taunting away at the champion. A couple of strikes right there from Dolph Ziggler. And a knee right to the face. The North American champ takes him down with a snap mirror. Does Dolph Ziggler. As the crowd comes alive. Famous right there from Dolph Ziggler. Trademark Dolph Ziggler into the pinfall attempt. Cover one, cover two. He almost had the champ. And a big drop kick right there to the neck of Ricochet. Dolph Ziggler again with a couple of strikes. Big strike right there from Dolph Ziggler. Takes down the North American champion. He's still taunting away. I dare say that Dolph Ziggler's ego is getting the better of him in this matchup. Ziggler off that big elbow drop right there. Now going to bring Ricochet back up to a vertical base. Elbow strike. And it almost appears that Ricochet has been thrown off his game by Dolph Ziggler. The taunting could be getting the better of the North American Champion. Now Dolph Ziggler going to bring him back up in the corner. Irish whip. Going to send him off into the opposite turnbuckle. Oh, Ricochet caught him once again, and there's that drop kick. We saw it earlier on in this contest. Ricochet nailed it once again. That is, I guess you could say, his cream of the crop. Northern Lights suplex. Oh, look at the power. Look at the power of the North American Champion. Gonna fight through the pain after being worked over for a good portion of this matchup so far. No. Dolph Ziggler got the shoulder up right when he needed to the most. Stomp right there from the champion. And now Ricochet, what's he going to look for here? As we see Kevin Owens still looking on in this matchup. Almost reverse Bloody Sunday. We haven't seen Ricochet utilize that maneuver in the past. And now Ricochet going to look to placate to Dolph Ziggler's game. Going to look to try and slow this matchup down. That could cost him though. Ricochet, I do believe if he wants a fighting chance in this matchup, he's going to have to stick to his wheelhouse. He's going to have to pick up the pace of this matchup. He's going to have to take it right to Dolph Ziggler. And a hip toss right there from Dolph. Takes over the champ. And now Dolph back in control of this matchup as he delivers a DDT that scrambled the brains of Ricochet. And now Ricochet, oh, the savviness, the wherewithal that Ricochet had. He realized where he was in the ring, and he grabbed the rope and got the break. Kick to the midsection right there from Dolph. Now going to bring him up again. Irish whip sends him off into the ropes, and looked like Dolph was looking for a hip toss though. Ricochet caught him with the forearm. Kick to the midsection. He's got him hooked. And oh my goodness! A suplex into a powerbomb from Ricochet takes down Dolph Ziggler. What a hell of a maneuver. Can this be yet? No, Dolph Ziggler. Oh my goodness. What a hell of a maneuver that was from the North American Champion. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen that maneuver for a while. I don't think I've ever seen Ricochet utilize that maneuver. Oh my goodness. Just dropped him on his neck. Did Ricochet. Dolph Ziggler kicks out at 2. And now Ricochet gonna go out to the apron. Springboard 450 splash. Springboard 450 splash from the champ. Will this be it? No. No, not right now, says Dolph Ziggler. And I have to say, if there was ever a question of any ring rust Dolph Ziggler might have had in this matchup, he has definitely answered it. Dolph Ziggler has been in control for a good portion of this matchup. And Ricochet, oh my goodness. Snaps off the DDT. Does Ricochet into the pinfall attempt. Go to Ricochet. Dolph Ziggler kicks out again. Ricochet now trying to pick up the pace. Trying to take it right to the show off Dolph Ziggler. He's got him up. Fireman's carry. And cradle shock right there. Cradle shot from Ricochet. Dolph Ziggler gets the shoulder up again. Dolph Ziggler got the shoulder up off the cradle shock. A la Chris Sabin. Now Ricochet gonna send the show off to the outside. He's on the move. Is the champion. Wheelbarrow over the top from the champion. Wheelbarrow over the top from the North American Champion. That is why he is called the King of Flight. And now Ricochet on the move once again. Oh. He faked out Dolph Ziggler there. He faked out Dolph right there, did the North American Champion. And now Dolph Ziggler is in no man's land. Ricochet back in the ring, and oh my goodness! What a hell of a maneuver right there from the North American champ, Ricochet. I don't even know what the hell to call that. If you know the maneuver of that name, please do let me know in the comments down below. As Ricochet now gonna go up top to the high rank district. Will it pay off? He's waiting for Dolph Ziggler to get back up to his feet and just level to show off Dolph Ziggler. Both of these men are absolutely killing the game. They're giving you everything they have. Kick to the midsection right there from Dolph Ziggler. Shot right there from Dolph Ziggler. Zigzag from the show off. Zigzag caught Ricochet. Will this be it? Oh my goodness. Ricochet kicked out of the zigzag, and Dolph Ziggler is irate, and now he's going to try and lock in a submission attempt. Dolph Ziggler going to try and lock in a submission attempt. Going to try and wear down the North American Champion, though. Ricochet fights out of it, and now Ricochet around and well, oh my goodness, snapped off that DDT. He potted him like a long dart, and Dolph Ziggler kicked out. Holy goodness. Dolph Ziggler may have been in control of the beginning portion of this match. The Ricochet. He's coming back in this matchup. Back and forth. Ricochet now on the second rope. What could he be looking for? Oh my goodness. Second rope Phoenix Splash. Second rope Phoenix Splash. Dolph Ziggler gets the shoulder up. Oh my goodness. Ricochet. I don't think he knows what else to do. He's got one jack of the trade. He's got one card, one ace up the sleeve. And now Ricochet gonna go for a top rope Phoenix Splash, though Dolph Ziggler got the knees up. Ziggler got the knees up. Oh, Ziggler was looking for that DDT. The wear and tear in this matchup might have affected his vision a little bit. Takes over. Ricochet does Dolph Ziggler. Now Ziggler gonna wait for the champ to get back up to his feet. No, he's just gonna choke him in the corner. And the referee gonna admonish Dolph Ziggler, tell him to let go. I said before, you cannot choke your opponent. We do not allow that here in NXT. Dolph Ziggler now measures Ricochet and delivers an elbow drop right to the heart of the North American Champion. Now Ziggler, he could be wasting time. He's too busy taunting away in the face of Ricochet, and that could cost him this matchup. But now he's perched, he's poised. Dolph Ziggler could have been looking for the zigzag. Ricochet saw it coming though. Ricochet now, shot right there to the back. Ricochet, he's got him up. Fireman's carry, tosses him away, and there's a roundhouse kick. Right behind the ear. Right behind the ear of Dolph Ziggler. And now Ricochet drags him to the corner. Ricochet gonna go up to the top rope, and it could be time for the prettiest maneuver in professional wrestling today. 6:30, nobody home. Nobody home. Dolph Ziggler got out of the way of the 6:30 zigzag. Zigzag from Ziggler, and he has put away the North American Champion. No, he hasn't. How in the hell did Ricochet get the shoulder up? DDT from Ziggler plants Ricochet. I think Dolph is just as surprised as everybody here in the arena. Ziggler now gonna drag Ricochet to the center of the ring. Kick to the midsection. What could he be looking for here? Power driver, power bomb. No, Ricochet flows through. All sunset flip. Ricochet, Ricochet, Ricochet. He's got him down. Ricochet just defeated Dolph Ziggler. Ricochet caught Dolph Ziggler. He caught him when he least expected it. Oh my goodness, it looked like Dolph Ziggler was going to go for a power driver, maybe a power bomb. Ricochet floated through, and he caught Dolph Ziggler. He caught him unaware. He caught him with his hand in the cookie jar. And Dolph Ziggler suffers a loss here in his return to NXT. Oh my goodness, I have to say though, Dolph Ziggler was in control for a good portion of that matchup. Ziggler took it right to the North American Champion, but to no avail. I'm starting to lose my voice. What a hell of a match that was. Give Dolph Ziggler his due. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricochet picks up the win here in the penultimate edition of NXT. But coming your way next week, Ricochet will once again be in action as he teams with NXT champion Dean Ambrose to take on the team of Kevin Owens and Aleister Black. It is your series finale main event, and it happens next week.